Hi, I'm Bill Holmes. Welcome to Compost Productions. This is my partner, Dave Burgess.
Hey.
Say hi to the kids, Dave.
Hey, kids. Stay in school.
Yeah, stay in school. There's a camera there.
There's a camera now. See, they're used to doing the
We're
podcast.
used to the mic.
Yes.
This is the camera.
Indeed. So, you guys, what we're going to talk about, and welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, hi.
Thank you for being
Welcome.
here.
Thank you.
And just to introduce these guys more specifically, Bob Bergen is a fantastic, I want to say famous
My mom likes me.
animation voice talent, and others. You do
Commercials,
everything.
promos. What if there's a script and it's scale? I'm there.
But you're mostly known for being Porky Pig, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
See, now you see him doing it.
He's doing the pig.
And Bill Holmes, I don't know what he's known for. I
have a little company here.
Yes, Compost
of
Productions.
studios which you're using
Yes.
right now. Yes.
Yes. So, guys, we're going to talk about the physicality of voiceover since you guys can see us. So, guys, let's talk about what do you do when you're doing your voiceover, especially your animation.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you do to get into character, and how do you physicalize that?
Well, the first thing I do, if I have a session, may I have some space?
Oh, yes. Oh, please.
If I-
Please, go right ahead.
If I have a session, usually, you come into the studio and the engineer will mic you, and I will get into character while they're micing me, because if I stand at the mic like this, but then I'm playing this guy right here,
Yeah.
it's going to be a headover, not a voiceover. So the engineer will walk up, all of a sudden I'll get into character. And if they're playing more than one character, because they got you for a scale for at least two, I'll find a happy medium. And I absolutely work that microphone. I like to sit when I work. I prefer to sit, but from the waist up, I'm all over the place. So I'm working the mic, and this is your friend. This is the ear of your scene partner, so you treat it like it's the ear of your scene partner.
So, for everyone out there in cyberspace,
All two of you.
do you every time, whether it's animation or commercials or promos or anything that you do you always physicalize?
Oh, yeah.
Every
Yeah,
time.
Because
Okay.
for a commercial, for every idea, for every point in the copy, with my hands, I conduct those words, because that will guarantee the vocal intent that you want. With your hands to your side like this, I mean...
Right, yeah. A lot of people have their hands in their pocket like this. And like when we teach classes, I teach a lot about being physical,
Yeah.
even if it's a very subtle physical thing. Even like if you're doing an intimate thing and you're right in front of that microphone, but your gestures are all kind of right here because you're kind of being intimate. That works too, as opposed to blah-bitty, blah-bitty, blah.
Which, by the way, would work if
because
you're doing a shy kind of,
Yeah.
introverted sort of thing. This is great for that.
Yeah.
But a lot of actors, because, this goes back to theater too,
Yeah.
or it's why improv is so good. A lot of actors are just so uncomfortable in their own skin. They don't know what to do with their hands. And so
Right.
if you use your body, physically play the character, the voice will follow. Same with commercials and promos. It's intent. It adds. Michael Bell, he does this. I don't even know if he knows he does this, but he does this when he does voiceover work. It's just whatever you do physically in conversation.
So I'm getting so many good points here. I want to point out the points right now. One is be a conductor.
Mm-hmm.
Two is, now I'm forgetting.
Pray.
Pray.
Pray you get the call back.
Use body language every time. Now I'm remembering different teachers saying, well, you better be careful because if you use body language, you'll be off mic. What about that?
Well, I'll address that.
Okay.
In
Stand
Bill Holmes
forward.
is
Oh,
addressing
no,
this.
they can see me. And this is only my opinion, okay? But
Okay.
in my opinion, it is not the actor's job to worry about where the microphone is. It's the guy over there, the engineer. It is his job to make sure that you are heard. Like Bob said, he'll start getting into character because he knows he's going to be down here. Well, the engineer's going to watch that, and they will make the adjustments. If the microphone's here and you want to do and you're starting to do all this stuff, a lot of people say this. Usually those are engineers who tell you to do that so that they're...
This to me is voiceover 101. And when I get a student who goes like this, I'm like, oh God, they're technical.
Can you
Yeah.
explain to people, the ones that don't know, because there may be people out there that are just beginning in voiceover, what
This
that means?
is conversational distance from the microphone.
Okay.
That's what a lot of voice... as soon as I see this, I'm like, I bet they do 2 slashes on the script and slash up and arrow this and arrow down. And I did that too. That's how I learned the beginnings of voiceover. And
Okay.
if you take that with you, at least for me, it makes everything mechanical and technical.
Yeah.
It takes away the spontaneity.
Yeah.
More times than not, when I'm working with people in a classroom situation or just directing them in a session, and it says casual conversational, one of the things I almost always invariably say is, could you slouch? could you please slouch? Because some people are like this, or they're standing at a 10. And it's like, this is how I stand. I slouch when I talk. I have bad posture.
Well, you get people who come up to the mic and they put on voiceover voice, and they stand like this. And then while they're listening back, they might go back to who they are.
Yeah.
Now stop. Who you are right now. Now read the copy.
Yes,
And,
okay.
And I'm doing that for your clock. And 9 out of 10 times, you were losing light. 9 out of 10 times, if you turn the copy over, stand like you do when you have a conversation on the street and just talk about it, it's going to be a much more interesting, believable conversational delivery, which is 90+% of the work today.
Yeah, and chances are you will naturally start gesturing because you're standing in a comfortable
Okay, so
position.
there's another tip, everybody. Be aware of standing. Be aware of your conversations. We want to include that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. How
Be
are
aware
you?
of your conversations
I was staring
in
at
real
you because
life.
you're the host.
Oh, yes, that's what you're supposed to do. Be aware of how you are in real life so you can be real on camera. I mean, real behind the mic. I'm trying not to get...
really, technically speaking, there is no microphone there. If you're doing the things in your head that you're supposed to be doing in your head, there's no microphone there. Don't worry
Yeah, that's
about the
great
microphone.
because on camera, there's no camera.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be oblivious
Yeah.
to the 25 people on the set watching you do this intimate moment with this actress.
Yes.
Same with voiceover. I've had students who've said to me, I want to get into animation because I don't like performing in front of people. I'm like, okay, well, the last time I worked at Warner Brothers, there was the engineer, the director, the director's assistant, 1, 2, 3, 4 writers, 1, 2, 3 producers, possibly some network people and some executives. There's an audience.
Okay, so there are a bunch of tips. We're going to end here, and we're going to start part 2 because I want to hear you guys in action. So you're going to hear and see the guys do a little bit of their
voiceover stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's for the other
just,
video.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say, I knew we
can't
had
see
the
other
camera.
one.
But
Yeah.
Since you're here, we want to do the other one too. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for part 2, everyone. I'm Tracy Patton, and thank you, Bob Bergen and Bill Holmes. We'll be right back.